Welcome, everybody, to the
I'm Fat Podcast.
Snacks are best saved for later.
With Jay Zawoski.
That man ate all our shrimp and 2 plastic lobsters.
And Rick Camp.
Out of the mist came a beast more stomach than man.
Welcome into another edition of the I'm Fat Podcast, brought to you by our sponsors, Charlie the Bacon Guy, Mazda of Orland Park, Frato's Culinary Kitchen, and I Love Fries. I am Rick Camp alongside fellow fat Jay Zawoski. Jay, have you recovered yet? Is the food coma over? Why are we even doing a podcast this week if we really just had to wake up long enough to do this podcast?
Yeah, I was very full on Thursday. I don't know what happened. I think I was so excited about Thanksgiving that I just went too much too soon. And we'll get into it, but thanks for joining us. Make sure you're following us on all of our socials at I'm Fat Pod. That includes Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And we also are on YouTube, so make sure you're following our YouTube channel. The episodes of our podcasts are uploaded to YouTube every Tuesday. So make sure you're subscribed to that channel. Even if you don't intend on watching, if we get to 1,000 subscribers, we can start doing a little bit more with the YouTubes. So please feel free to navigate over to YouTube and subscribe to our channel. It would be very, very helpful. Once we get there, we can name it like youtube.com/I'mFatPod. Now it's youtube.com/4799443EEF ?
But that doesn't roll off the tongue for you?
It doesn't really roll off the tongue for me, no. So help us get to those 1,000 subscribers. Gave away some free Fratos to some subscribers who followed us last week. So check your comments. That's the only way I'm learning YouTube as we go here. And the only way I can reach people is by replying to their comments. So check if you commented on our videos. I may have reached out to give you some free Fratos. So make sure you do that. Our TeePublic sale, if you're listening to this on Monday, the 29th, runs through the 30th. So if you're looking for some last minute I'm Fat Pod merch or any sort of stuff from TeePublic, just use our link and it helps us out a lot. A lot of people have been doing that. I posted on Small Business Saturday that, hey, we're a small business too, and a bunch of people responded and bought a bunch of stuff. So we greatly appreciate it. That link is in our bio. Okay, I think we got all of our propers out of the way here. So, all day long, Hope is cooking food in the kitchen, and she loves cooking Thanksgiving dinner. She's really, really good at it. She has a gift for cooking poultry because, she doesn't eat beef. So she sort of mastered the art of keeping chicken and turkey moist, which is a very difficult challenge.
Also a very specific gift.
She has other gifts too that I won't talk about in the podcast, but
onlyfans.com/I'mFatPod.
Yeah, right. No, it turned out great, and so everything's done. Everything gets done at like the perfect right time, and my parents are there. We're all getting ready, and then the bird comes out, and then Hope carves it, and then from the time she takes the platter to the table, I'm at the carcass like an animal. I just picking apart the little pieces that are left. She's like, Jay, the meat is on the table near your plate,
right,
with all the other stuff you want. So I'm like, oh, at this point, I've lost all sanity.
You are a dog.
Really. So I just pile my plate with everything. I eat it all super fast, immediately fill up, second plate. And then like halfway through the second plate, I'm like, oh. I was hurting, man. I just got too excited. It was too much too fast for me, but it was so good. Everything was excellent. And then, of course, I saved room for dessert. Last week I said we're getting a Michigan cherry pie. It's a Door County cherry pie.
You ass.
Which makes a ton of sense because that's what Door County is most famous for, is their cherries from Honey Pie. Dude, this was one of the best pies I've ever had.
Yeah.
And everybody was happy. My parents were I haven't seen my mom eat that much food in years. Like, everyone was thrilled. Everybody was stuffed. And we have so many leftovers. We have an entire big casserole of mashed potatoes left.
Oh, wow.
And I'm just going to be like walking to the fridge like, spoonful.
Yeah, I was going to say, so what are Hope and Addie going to eat?
Yeah, really. Oh, my God. We had so much food. And then Hope makes the gravy like from the pan drippings.
Yeah.
So she adds the flour and maybe it's stock. didn't, but I was hoping to like scrape it into the.
Okay.
Oh my God. It was perfect. It was just such a good meal, and it was so good that I couldn't stop. So I just had the basics. I had a mix of white and dark, cornbread with honey butter that Hope made. She made honey butter from scratch. What else? Obviously stuffing. There was a big thing of mac and cheese we made in the crock pot. Tons of mashed potato. Like I had no room on my plate for anything else. And I had
Sounds incredible.
I had like 3 ceremonial green beans. Just because they were there, I'm like, I mean, I guess I should have a couple. They were cooked in Charlie the Bacon Guy bacon fat.
That's good.
So that helped for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's, like the way you treated green beans was how I treated turkey.
Okay.
Because, I've said many a time on here, not the biggest turkey guy in the world. And actually the turkey was the most moist that I can remember the turkey being, at least in the last few years. But my mom is for my family, it was just my mom, my 2 brothers, and myself. And we ended up having like some turkey, some ham. So I went more with the ham. You know what I went on the ham?
What?
I went ham on the ham.
Yes, you did.
Yes. Can you imagine how insufferable I'll be when I get to be a dad?
Oh,
Like
you're all you need is a kid.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is like I only assume that the level of joke goes up or down depending on how you view it. Like immediately just by having a kid. So for me to get to the next level would be just the worst for everybody that's not me.
Well, there's all these here's 10 things that all dads do. Like how many points you get? I'm like 10.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I don't even have to. The only thing I'll say this. The only dad thing I don't do is call the server by their name.
Yeah.
That's like the only, not that I'm like, hey,
You
person.
you exclusively call your servers toots.
My dad will be like, hey, Suzanne, can you bring, I'm like, just stop. It's just over the top.
Yeah.
I know he's trying to, I am not there yet. And those commercials where it's like the how to not become your parents thing is so real.
It's so good. Like the talking about parking really gets me.
Come on, back it up. You don't know them. You don't know those people. They got it.
You refuse to say the name. You'll call a server Toots. You'll say, hey, sweetie, can you get me another lemonade here? Or Slugger.
Yeah.
Slugger's a good one.
I don't say racist stuff at Thanksgiving either, so that's good.
Yeah, that's always a good spot. But good way to go. So, we had stuffing. We had the gravy, which, we cut some corners. Like, this is the way.
Fine.
So, like, those, was it the Pioneer packet at the Jewels? Because I texted my mom before I left, and I was like, "Do you need me to pick up anything last minute while I'm on my way?" So I grabbed a couple things. What was it, like chicken bone stock and the Pioneer packet for the gravy?
Okay,
like that type of stuff, and it was really good gravy.
Yeah.
So
there's no shame in that at all. I mean,
yeah. So like if you're ever looking for something for solid gravy like that brand, maybe that's already well known and I just don't know it. But either way, that's a thing. We had the stuffing, which was excellent, and my mom made a controversial call.
Oh,
and I understand this because of just time purposes. Like the 2 things that we love most for like Thanksgiving and Christmas are the 2 things that take a long time and a lot of love to get done. The twice baked potatoes or double baked potatoes and kolachkis.
Yeah.
So my mom decided kolachkis for Thanksgiving, twice bakes for Christmas.
Okay.
So I did have to go without the twice bakes for Thanksgiving, which hurt a little bit. But once I was able to get to dessert and then have kolachkis to bring home with me, that actually, hold on.
Uh-oh. Well, I hope you had mashed potatoes, you said.
Yeah, we had potatoes.
You're good.
Yeah, the kolachkis are gone. They did not last that long. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm holding up the empty container that the kolachkis came in. It was like 15 kolachkis. Yeah, those are gone.
I love it. It's so funny.
And they're all the cherry ones. Cherry is the best. So some people like the apricot, some people like the prune, some people like the whatever else you want to put in there. The cherry ones, my mom knows not to overthink it for us. We love the cherry. And like the way she does them, instead of like a jewel where it's almost like rolled more cylindrical, ours is more rolled like the 4 corners come into the middle.
You sent me pictures.
Yeah.
I was delighted.
So good. Dude, they're so good. And then you just sprinkle the powdered sugar on there too.
Yep.
That's living, man. So like, even though we kept it pretty simple, didn't have as much variety in terms of sides or anything like that, we hit all the favorites. It was really good. And one thing that I'm proud of myself that I did when I mentioned I went to the Jewels ahead of time, I thought about leftovers before the meal. So considering the things that I enjoy that we had, I knew I was going to be sent home with ham.
Yep.
So I made sure when I was at the Jewels to get some King's Hawaiian rolls, knowing that I was going to have those and I needed a vehicle for a sandwich. So I did that.
You get a special air horn for that. So dumb. That's a smart call by you. That's
Every
great.
once in a while I do it.
I love to, like, I gave my mom's responsibility this year was, all right, we've got all the food. Mm-hmm. I want you to show up and bring a dessert. Mm-hmm. Here's what my mom came with.
Oh, no.
Apple pie.
Yes.
Red velvet cake.
Okay.
Four different slices of cheesecake. You ever seen that where it's like one cheesecake but like different flavors? Mm-hmm. A box of Fannie Mae and a bag of Fannie Mae. Like, Mom, Juan dessert. That's all we needed was one. I knew if I said one, she'd only bring 5. If
Mom,
I said
bring a quarter of a dessert.
Oh, I forgot she brought 2. What is like the not a pint, the bigger ice cream?
Not
a quart? Yay?
Quart. Yes, a quart.
Yeah.
Quart.
So she brought 2 of those too.
I think.
Of the Tillamook brand ice cream.
Okay.
Which is delicious. But we were well stocked, man. We have so much damn food left. The only thing we don't have a ton left is turkey. We had a 12-pound turkey, which was just about perfect, for enough for like a round of leftovers. Mm-hmm. My dad took a bunch home, and I gotta say, really proud of Addie. The platter comes out.
Yes.
It just happens to get set near Addie, and she immediately reaches for the turkey leg, just like she's the first person in. And my dad was like, because that's his favorite thing. I'm like, there's more than one. So he got his, and Addie, her and chicken on the bone and turkey on the bone, she loves it. It's weird for kids that she's almost 12, but I don't know. I think it's
still
most kids that age are chicken nugget people.
Yeah, I think it depends. Like, I think it depends on how kids are brought up to a point, because like I know plenty of people that were like, yeah, we always just got like the whatever piece bucket from KFC or Popeyes or whatever, and that was it. And it was just, okay, you just ate chicken off the bone, and that was just the thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like I think for both of us, it was, it was chicken nuggets, it was chicken strips much more often than not growing up. So yeah, now I'm just lazy. Like, it's not even like a, ew, I won't do chicken on the bone thing. It's like, that's a lot of work, man.
Okay, well, you took me there. I saw something horrible that I have to tell everybody about. But first, something not horrible. I love fries in Villa Park, 54 South Villa Avenue. Located 1 stoplight west of Route 83 in St. Charles Road, behind Mike's Meat Market, which sounds fascinating, next door to the 7-Eleven. Here's what I Love Fries is. Some of the best fries you've ever had, with some of the best toppings you've ever had. For instance, my favorite, the poutine fries. Very self-explanatory. Gravy, cheese curds, fries. The elotes fries. The masala fries. The cheesecake. Cheesecake. They probably have that. Cheese steak fries. The pork belly fries. Rick, your favorite, the ribbies and fries. Oh. And on Sundays, the breakfast fries. Breakfast fries topped with country sausage gravy and homemade grits and bacon. And guess what? Charlie, the bacon guy, and I Love Fries are collaborating. They're working together. So go to I Love Fries and you'll try some Charlie the Bacon, which you know you're going to love. 54 South Villa Avenue in Villa Park. Tell them the I'm Fat podcast sent you. They've also got the Mexican Coke and the Gatorade in a can and a freestyle machine that works.
Yes, it's incredible. And by the way, when Charlie and I Love Fries stop to collaborate, I will listen.
I just knew you were going there.
Yes. I mean, it's pretty predictable at this point. I'm not saying I'm creative. I'm just willing to say it.
I just was like, and here it comes. It just, it was, you might as well have gone dum 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 dum, and I would have been like, just say
I'm
the
a
line.
little shocked you didn't preemptively sigh.
I did. Okay, well, here's the horrible
In
thing
your
I
heart.
saw.
Yes.
No relation to I Love Fries.
Mm-hmm.
Watching, what was I watching? Some sports. Maybe it was the Bears game. It was probably the Bears game. And an ad for Applebee's comes on.
Mm-hmm.
Cheetos crusted boneless wings. No. It looked like, like it's. I think crusted is probably the wrong word too, because what it looked like
Yeah.
is if someone had a bag of Cheetos in their car,
Yes.
and then sat on them for a month, and they're like, "Oh, I found this," and it was just Cheeto dust.
yes.
In the commercial, the wings look bone dry. It looked gross. If it looked, here's the thing, just in general, if it looks gross on the commercial,
It can't be good.
thank you. And I'm all for like trying new stuff, and I get like it makes sense from a branding because I know B-Dubs is doing the Doritos
Right.
wings, which it doesn't really interest me, but I think I give them a little more leeway when it comes to wings. Like they kind of know what they're doing a little bit better.
Yeah, and also that they're slipping down our rankings, so they really need to step it up. And they've taken note of what we've been saying, so now they're trying to step up.
We went there on Friday. We went to the Hawks game Friday afternoon. The game was at 2:30, and Hope and I had dropped Daddy off to go, and we're like, wow, we got a lot of time, and like maybe we could find a place in the city, but we didn't want to deal with parking. So like, screw it, let's just go to B-Dubs, and then we'll eat there. And I had like a huge reward to use, so they gave me those points back after my email snafu last week I mentioned, and it was really good. We went to the one on what is it, like in Darien, like off Route 83 there.
Okay.
Right in that area. So
Yeah.
Woodridge. It's in Woodridge. But it was great. So I have to say, like my last couple experiences there, despite the customer service issue, the one time the food was really good again.
Yeah.
And those potato wedges,
Yeah.
those are great, man.
I can only assume cheese on said potato wedges.
I don't do the cheese because I like to dip them in the sauce. I know. I'm sorry.
Why not both?
I
I need the why not both gift.
Here's why. It gives me the opportunity to make my dad joke to the waitress. No cheese. I'm trying to eat healthier. I ordered 15 boneless wings and potato wedges
To bring it all together.
and
Hey,
a
sweetie.
Diet Coke.
Yeah. Hey, sweetie. No cheese. Keep an eye on the way
Yeah,
here.
I'm
and,
fixing my screen here, by the way.
Diet Coke.
There you go. Let's see. I'm
Yeah.
trying to, as if you're watching on YouTube, I'm trying to even me and Rick's heads.
Whoa. Yeah, I know. Because like I feel like my whole setup is much more limited because like you're facing the big part of the room. I have the wall like right behind me.
Yeah.
Like I'm
No, it's
very
the
much.
opposite. I'm facing the small part of the room. You're facing the
you
big
are?
part of the room.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I have just, if I like do this, I'm touching the wall.
Yeah. Yeah.
so-
Yeah. I'm not nimble enough to be able to touch the wall. Like if I go.
There you
Okay,
go.
there we go. And then everybody got a good look at my like neck and stretched out and all the fat and stuff when I reach and touch.
I didn't notice that until you said it. So,
Oh, I noticed.
all right. Well, all right. So, long story short, no, I'm not going to Applebee's to try. Well, I could probably just end the sentence there, but I'm
Yeah,
not.
I'm not going to Apple. It makes you think of couples retreat, where it's like, well, are you asking me to go to Applebee's? It's like, well, no, maybe would you want to go to Applebee's? like that whole thing at the end of that movie.
Yeah, that's one of those ones. That and the breakup are
Yeah.
hard to watch because the arguments are too real.
Yeah. Yes.
Like, whoa.
Yes.
Like, oh, the breakup especially.
That yes.
That is
But-
a tough and awkward watch.
Yeah, Couples Retreat is a movie that is always on TV.
Yes.
Somewhere it's always on.
And who is I've only seen it a couple times. So I'm trying to remember who's married to who. But one is the
Bateman to Kristen Bell.
okay. Who's like the least known of the wives? There's the other ones from Sex and the City. She's
I'm
in
not
Wanderlust too, and she is hot. You should see Wanderlust if you haven't. That is
I
one of
haven't.
those movies like the other guys where it didn't do well,
but it's really good.
it's really, really funny.
Okay.
Wanderlust is Paul Rudd and Jennifer Aniston. But it's like an all-star cast. Like Catherine Hahn's in it, Jordan Peele's in it,
Mm-hmm.
Joe Trujillo. Did I say his name right? From Brooklyn Nine-Nine is
Sure.
in it. You'd know him if you saw him.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure I do. I just have no idea how to say it.
Also, if you're interested, you get full frontal from him in that movie. Rick has
Cool.
been silenced.
Cool.
Cool. That's a really good response.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
That was a very nothing.
Yep.
It's a completely neutral response.
Yep. That is the Switzerland response right there.
Yes, it was.
I'll take your money and give no opinion.
Cool.
It's pretty much where I'm. Yeah.
Good job.
Exactly. All right. So one thing that I saw, that this is quick of a Thanksgiving thing as well, off of the fan page, that I thought was hilarious. A meme that I had not seen used before, and maybe that's just me, of the still of Madonna, Britney Spears, and Christina Aguilera from, what was that? Was that the VMAs or something? Where so Madonna is making out with Britney Spears.
Oh, yes.
And Christina's just chilling there. So it says Madonna, me, Britney Spears, the sides, Christina Aguilera, turkey.
That's funny.
I saw that posted and I got a good laugh out of it. So I'm like, you know what? Yes, here for that.
Yeah, I almost never think about that moment.
No, never.
Almost never.
Almost never.
Almost never. That's funny. I saw another one, too, that was a sides praising meme. I do genuinely like the turkey. I know it's weird. I just, most people are kind of like you, where they're like, I could take or leave turkey, but just the whole thing together is really good. I genuinely love the turkey. So,
Okay.
maybe I'm alone in that. So now that we're 23 minutes into the podcast, I feel like I can take it to where it needs to go right now. So, just, I'm not going to get too detailed, but after Thanksgiving, I was feeling really full and just was having trouble processing things, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Okay. So the next day, the B-dubs really helped it along. So by the time I got from Willowbrook to
Why didn't you go get a po' boy? That sounds like that would have really gotten the job
That would have done it, yes. But from the time I got from Willowbrook to the United Center, it was go time. So I just want to say, just in general,
Yes.
shout out to low toilets. Like ones that are low to the ground.
Like you're in a catcher's crouch.
Yeah, they really help things happen, man. Mm-hmm. And I think, like, the United Center bathroom, I just felt bad. Like, I haven't been here in a long time, and this is the first thing I'm doing. It's like, my God.
Well, it's not like they're going to care. It's not like you're going to a friend's house. Like, okay, so quick sidebar.
Like, I can't do this at my. It was the only reasonable choice for me to make.
Yeah. So I might have told this story on the podcast before, but it's been a while if I have. It's a quick sidebar. A guy that we were part of the same group of friends. In high school, we weren't the best of friends, but I think kind of since high school, we like whenever we see each other, it's much better than maybe it was then. We, for some reason, we stop at this guy's house in the middle of like after dinner going to do something. And I had to, there were no two ways about it. And he was cool enough to be like, yeah, go, bathroom's right there. 1,000,000% destroyed the bathroom. And like, I got out of there, and even to the point where he was like, bruh. And his parents are right there. I'm pretty sure he had a sibling right there. The rest of our group of friends is right there. And I was just like, oh my God. But I was in high school and I was dumb and not like, just like too like worrying and looking at myself to be like, yo, I'm sorry. I was just like, get me out of here now.
Yeah, leave. You had to leave.
And it was, I felt so bad. And it was literally the only time I've ever been in his parents' house. Before or since.
Well, you tried to come back and they're like, no.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Exactly.
You are not allowed.
Yes. So if Derek is listening to this, I apologize again.
Yeah. Wow. Well, that's, it happens. It just happens.
Yes.
And but the United Center, I've not been in a long time. I'm trying to think. I think it was there when did COVID start? Was that in 2019 or 2020?
2020. Early
Jesus.
2020.
Okay, so I think I was there in November of 2019.
Okay.
That's probably the most recent time I've been there. But like the businesses in there, they've got Lily's Q barbecue. They've got Mindy's for dessert. They've got honey butter fried chicken.
Nice.
And then they had Little Goat, which is one of my favorite places. But since we were full from lunch, we just got the margaritas that were made there. They're made with smoked poblanos. And they were $2 more than a beer. Like, of course I'm getting this.
Yes.
And it was a decent size, like, you know, like the size of the small beers at the United Center.
Yeah.
That's what size it was.
Okay.
So it was like, I mean, it's $14. It's probably twice as much as you'd pay at the restaurant, but
Oh, sure.
it was delicious.
Yeah.
And the food options there, it's so much better than just like generic hot dog and crappy burger. Like they're actually putting some thought into the vending in the places. Then they also had, very similar to the Amazon store I've described to you before, they have like a little mini mart that you put your credit card in, and then it opens the gate and you go in, you just take what you want and leave. And they have like
wild.
Yeah, it was really cool. They have like aluminum cans of beer, and you know, like bags of chips, like so, you know, nothing hot and ready. But if you just want some beer and you just want some like snacks and stuff,
That's a great idea to keep the lines down at least a little bit.
there was very little wait at any of the lines when I was at the United Center. Wait, so I went to get the margarita during an intermission.
Yeah.
I was the second person in line.
Wow.
Yeah. It was like yesterday. I know the Hawks have not been doing great in terms of ticket sales.
Yeah.
But when I went Saturday, it was almost a full house. Maybe not an official sellout, but people were just like, what are we doing? It's Friday after Thanksgiving. Let's go.
Yeah.
And it was really efficiently run. It's just, they've done a really nice job keeping it up. You know, because I said to Hope as we pulled up, like, wow, the building is starting to show a little bit of age.
Yeah.
Like up on the top, you're starting to see some of the like, I don't know. It's starting to look older on the outside. But they've done a tremendous job on the inside. So I can't wait to go back. It was awesome to be there again.
Yeah, I'm excited because I'm going Monday.
Oh, nice.
For Bulls Hornets. Yeah, it's a producers night at yeah. Well, you're not a producer now, suit.
I know. Yeah, but I thought as a suit, I got tickets to everything.
Yeah, right. That's what they tell you.
Like when do I have producers night? Do I ever get to take my producers to the game?
Well, you know, you can get like front row seats for like a like county board meeting or something now because you work at BBM.
Yeah, that's fun.
Not near as exciting, but great seats.
Me and Pat Cassidy will go and hang out. Not that I wouldn't. That'd be really fun, I think. Pat Cassidy's a cool dude.
Yeah, especially when he's asking Matt Nagy all the questions all of us want to ask.
Look, Matt, Josh, you know, let me ask you, why are you so terrible? Like,
right?
So fun. I edit that every Monday morning. Like, yes, get him, Pat.
Yes,
get him.
It's so fun. It's so funny.
It is awesome. It is awesome. All right, segue time.
Yes.
Poorly. You know what else is awesome? Mazda of Orland Park. See what I did there?
Confirm.
Yep. 708-444-3200. Eric Vates is your man. Give him a call. He will get you set up 8910 West 159th Street in Orland Park, which makes sense as it's Mazda of Orland Park. MazdaofOrlandPark.com is the website. Big news. The Mazda CX-50, which is a new model car, is coming out in the spring. I am very much looking forward to this. Eric tells me it will be approximately the same price point as CX-5, so it's not going to be a ton more money, anything like that. I think that's about what I'll probably be ready to buy. I might go for that CX-50. That is very much in my wheelhouse. That's exactly what I'm looking for. You know, kind of like not the full-size SUV, but not a sedan, somewhere in between. That's perfect for me. So I definitely got my eye on that one. I saw a commercial for it the other day and immediately sent Eric an email saying, hey, what's the deal with this? He's like, here you go. In the spring, keep your eye out. So if you're in the market for a Mazda or you need some service on the one you already own, Mazda of Orland Park is the place to go. 708-444-3200, 8910 West 159th Street. Ask for Eric Vates, and he will hook you up. All right, I got big news, Rick.
Oh, okay.
A potentially huge moment in fatness is coming back. It appears that the Taco Bell Mexican pizza is returning.
Oh,
yes.
Look at that.
That is super exciting news. So, did we discover when we were super angry about we were really angry about these going away that the reason they got rid of them, and this is what I found out in the story I read about them coming back, is that the box for Mexican pizzas was causing 7 million pounds of waste a year.
Oh.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yes.
But instead of just canceling it, call us and we'll come up with an alternative.
Yes.
Why not bag it and then put the sauce that goes on top on the side?
Yes. I was going to say put it right in my hand, but you know.
Just just take the spatula and spatula it into my hand.
Yes.
That makes sense. My hands are filthy. Look at that. Ew.
Okay. Yeah. See, like I just loaded mine up with lotion before we started because it's cracked hand season, friends.
Yes, it sure is. It is
not
gross.
Great.
But yeah, the Mexican pizza is likely coming back next year. It might be a little bit different. They sort of hinted that they might make it a little bit bigger, a little bit more meaty or whatever. But
they're going to change the proportions of the 5 ingredients that go into everything.
They said something about 7 layers, which is that's a good amount of layers.
Yeah, 7's a good number.
7 is a good number. So I'm down. Now just bring back. Now there's still no excuse for the double decker being gone.
Right.
That's just flat laziness. Is what that is. But if they bring the Mexican pizza back, they're back in my good graces. So it seems like that's the direction we're heading. So that's exciting. I am down for that.
So I realized I forgot one item related to Thanksgiving.
Oh.
And this is not really food related, but it is hilarious. And it's a video that I feel like pops up every year, and every year I forget about it until Thanksgiving when someone shows it. It is I think it was the 1997 Thanksgiving Day parade when it was really windy, and on the parade route in front of everybody, Barney had to be slashed just because Barney was getting out of control with the wind. Like legitimately, like it was out of control. It could have hurt people if they let it keep going, but to just see them have to like straight up take knives to Barney. Especially in 1997, if you think about that, Barney was bigger back then.
Yes, he was. Certainly.
So, yeah, Barney getting cut like 6 ways from Sunday in like a 4-minute video. And first they're like, okay, can we avoid doing this? Can we avoid doing this? Okay, we have 3 people holding down on like every rope on this Barney, and they're still getting dragged around like rag dolls. You know, and they're like, all right, we got to do it. And then it's just like all the knives come out and Barney goes down in a heap.
Just let it go.
Yes.
See what happens if a giant
What's the worst that could happen?
Flies away. It hits an airplane probably and kills everybody on board.
Yeah, you know.
They should have been flying there.
Right.
My cousin actually was in the Macy's parade this year. He's in the Lincoln Way marching band, plays a trumpet. And they were featured on the parade. Very cool. Right after, if you got it on tape, right after the SpongeBob SquarePants balloon floats by.
Well, I mean, everything after SpongeBob SquarePants is just, you know, after SpongeBob SquarePants.
Right.
You're not really yourself at that point.
I think Santa was coming eventually after, like a couple of spots after my cousin was there. So that was
to
really
town,
cool.
or was he already in town?
No, Rick. Santa's not coming to town until Christmas.
Okay.
Damn it. Hey, we keep forgetting to mention this, and it's happening this weekend at Schmaltz in Naperville. They're having their food eating contest. Come eat their Big Mocker sandwich, which is, I'm looking at it here. It's giant.
It is big.
It's like 3 sandwiches on top of each other. It's got their schmaken, the corned beef. Oh my God, it looks fantastic. Do you think you can eat this? You can win a prize, $100 gift card and a Schmaltz t-shirt and an iPad podcast prize pack for everybody that enters. $100 first place gift card, $50 for second, $25 for third. $50 entry fee. The proceeds go to the World Wildlife Fund. So join us at Schmaltz Delicatessen in Naperville on December 4th. You're not going to want to miss that. We're also going to do a live podcast from Schmaltz that day. So don't miss that. Make sure you join us. Make sure you come out. Event starts at 2:30. That's going to be awesome. I can't wait. That is Saturday, December 4th at Schmaltz. So again, eating contest, live podcast coming out. Meet me and Rick. Eat some great food, including the Big Mocker at Schmaltz Delicatessen. We cannot wait for that. That's going to be a really, really fun event.
Yeah, I can't wait for it because that's going to be interesting. One, just to get to meet more people.
Yeah.
Because, just because of the pandemic, we haven't really had many opportunities to meet that many people that listen to, watch, participate in the podcast. So that'll be fun to get to, meet everybody. I was going to say shake some hands and kiss some babies, but that's not really pandemic approved.
No, we'll just wave at the babies from a distance.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That's probably what we'll end up doing.
That's a smart move. That's really the way to do it.
I have one more thing that I want to address from the I'm Fat Podcast fan page on Facebook.
Okay.
Someone posted a picture of Tams
Yes.
and asked if they were overrated. Now, for those keeping score at home that don't really remember what Tams are, I feel like I might have brought them up like early in the podcast because I really went through a stretch of just really inhaling them. Think of just a cookie that is like the consistency of like a Thin Mint.
Yeah.
So you got 2 of those, and then you put whatever it is, if it's a chocolate one or a caramel one or whatever, the filling goes between, and then all of that is dipped in chocolate.
No. Well, first of all, it's not overrated because it's not a household name.
Right.
Like, by definition, it's not overrated.
Yeah. Like, it's, I think they're a smidge more expensive than your standard cookie. So maybe if it's overpriced, I'm still not going to say that because it's just so damn good.
Yeah.
It's so good. So, and mind you, I'm someone where I'll go for the caramel because I want a little bit of contrast off of all of that chocolate. But if you have not had Tams, I'm like 90% sure they're available at like all the grocery stores. I know they're available at the Jewels, pretty sure at Target as well. I just don't even have a Walmart close to me, so I don't even know about Walmart anymore.
Walmart's got a lot of stuff. That's where they have the Christmas tree, the Little Debbie Christmas tree ice cream, which I still have not tried. Oh, I forgot to mention that. Also, in my mom's dessert load was 2 boxes of Little Debbie Christmas trees.
Okay.
I'm not mad, but
No.
just it is what it is. Oh, I want to mention one more other thing too.
Yeah.
Saturday, Small Business Saturday, I went to Beverly Records to pick up the new Jason Isbell record, as I do. And on the way back, I went through Old Blue Island there, which is really cool. And there's Iverson's Bakery, which has been there for probably 70 years or something like that. It's just ancient. And I've never been, and because I usually drive by there at night for whatever reason. So I just pulled over. I'm like, I'm trying this place. Went and got anytime I try a bakery, you got to try a chocolate donut. That's it. And it was fantastic. It was really, really good. So I'm not going to put it ahead of Calumet, which is my favorite. And Wolf's is a close second. But I would say Iverson's is right there with Wolf's. Really, really good. So if it's on Western, just south of 127th, where it becomes one way through that old Blue Island area. So Iverson's Bakery, it's not like they need my advertising. They've been in business forever, but it was really good. So I want to make sure I mention them as well.
Okay. I've got a bakery down the street that I've been meaning to try that I still haven't because of my failure. So I will be going to, I think it's called Lilac Bakery.
Ooh, it sounds good.
Yeah, I mean, everything in Lombard is based around lilacs and stuff. So there's a lilac everything. That's like their thing.
Really?
Is lilacs. Yep. Like
didn't know that.
So off the train station. So essentially, if you went over the train tracks from Nacho Rita,
Yes.
you would be at, Lilacia Park, which is the park that has a bunch of, when obviously not now, but like we'll have a bunch of different types of flowers, and like they have the Lilac Festival in May, and like it's really cool. Like it's a pretty solid area to be able to walk around, see a bunch of different type of stuff. If flowers are definitely your thing, then you 100% should go to it. But yeah, it's like a really cool area to kind of feel like you're not quite in like the middle of a town, where you're just kind of like a little bit of a sanctuary there for like it's like a couple square blocks there, that it's, or maybe a square block, where it's really nice. Like I've gone through there a few times, and I would recommend, if you have allergies, load up before you go in there.
Yeah.
But as long as you do that, it's really cool and really pretty to be able to walk around.
I had no idea, and I've been there a few times. Next time I'll pay attention to that. All right. Is it time to ask the Fats?
It is.
Ask a fat about this and that. It's time to chat with the Fats.
Ask a Fat, as always, is brought to you by our pal Charlie, the Bacon Guy, and here he is with the weekly Bacon Report.
Thanks, Jay. This week's flavors are maple pepper, rosemary pepper garlic, and chorizo. By the end of next week, maybe Thursday or Friday, I'll have the apple butter bacon back in stock and ready to roll. Bacon jams are the original, the bourbon, and the apple butter. Can't thank everybody enough for getting their pre-orders in before Friday of last week. Super helpful to get me in line and coordinated with what else I need to get done. So thank you again. Keep an eye out for some new merchandise coming at the beginning of December, and keep an eye on the social media pages for a sneak peek. Don't forget about hockey jerseys, t-shirts, and stickers. That's all for this week. Hopefully more next week. For the Bacon Report, I'm Charlie the Bacon Guy.
All right, there you go. I know the holiday deadline is over, but it doesn't mean you can't still order bacon. He's got stuff in stock, but if you're looking to do something special, that time has passed. But if you want to order from Charlie, very easy to do. He's on Instagram at Charlie the Bacon Guy. Send him a DM there. You can send him an email, charliethebaconguy@gmail.com, or hit him up on Twitter at CZTheBaconGuy. He's based out of Woodridge and sells bacon and bacon jams, always a nitrate and nitrite-free product, all naturally cured in applewood hickory smoked thick sliced bacon, and of course the bacon jams as well. Shipping anyway, and I just turned into Shep as well. Shipping anywhere in the lower 48 is a flat fee of $15. But if you're in the Western Burbs, Charlie can personally deliver to you or arrange to meet somewhere in the middle. But like we say every week,
just look for the tank that he called from in this.
Look for the bacon tank rolling down the street. But look, Charlie will meet you halfway. And remember, if meeting him halfway or having it delivered is not an option, that $15 flat rate, that means you should stock up and make a bigger order, because it doesn't matter how much bacon you ship, it's going to be $15 either way. So support Charlie. Again, the best way to do it, Instagram, Charlie the Bacon Guy, email charliethebaconguy@gmail.com, or on Twitter at CZTheBaconGuy. We have no fat phone messages this week, which is understandable. Everyone's like fat, still recovering from Thanksgiving, feeling a little tired. But next week, let's get some new voicemails in. 708-858-3314. So we've got a number of emails to rattle off. Rick, why don't you begin, since people are tired of hearing my fat voice?
All right, this is from Mike from Plainfield. Good evening, Fats. Just want to thank you for putting together the Fat Map. I found two extremely practical uses for it in the past week. Last week, a coworker and I, who I never met due to COVID, were trying to meet up for lunch. I used your map to figure out that Chuck's Southern Comforts Cafe was basically equidistant from Plainfield and downtown Chicago and right off of 55. He and I both loved our meals. Today, being Thanksgiving Eve, had some errands to run in the Northwest Burbs before my bowling league. I got my errands done suspiciously quick and found myself with an hour to spare. I opened up the trusty map once again and discovered I was just minutes away from Frato's. I popped in and, of course, got your signature burger and fries. I can safely say that I probably won't eat until Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow night. Thank you guys for all you do. Cheers and happy Thanksgiving.
That's awesome. That's the whole point. If you don't know about the Fat Map, we have so much stuff to promote that sometimes I forget to mention things. We put together a map of like all the places mentioned on the podcast, and I do a pretty solid job of keeping it updated. I'll have to add Iverson's Bakery and a couple other places on there as well. But yeah, man, you got to go to Frato's. Chuck's is great too. Might as well talk about Frato's right now. They have been killing it with some of the new things they've done.
Yes.
Mike, thanks for trying the I'm Fat Burger. I'm sure you loved it. It's great. They just came out with the I'm Fat Grilled Cheese. So go to FratosPizza.com, visit them 628 South Roselle Road in Schaumburg. But it's not just our stuff. The I'm Fat Burger, the I'm Fat Grilled Cheese, the I'm Fat Pizza, they're all tremendous. But honestly, the food at Frato's is delicious. The portions are outrageous. The value is incredible. There's no downside to visiting Frato's, because whatever you have a taste for, they've got you covered. It's just so good. And you know a place is good when they've got an RC cola machine.
That's so... Man, I understand I'm biased because of the initials, but still, like, I've always loved RC. I stand to this day that RC is the best pop to pair with pizza.
It's always at like independently owned awesome places. Like if you walk in like, oh, there's an RC machine. This place is good. You know right away it's going to be good.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, go visit our friends at Frato, 628 South Roselle Road. And anytime you visit any of our sponsors, tell them you heard about them on the I'm Fat podcast. It's helpful for us. We greatly appreciate that. And remember, if you want to go to Frato's, if you leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and send us a screenshot, imfatpod@gmail.com, we will select 1 or 2 winners every month for some free food from Frato's. So make sure you do that. Make sure you send those reviews, and you'll be entered to win a ton of free food and a bunch of other cool stuff, including free bacon from Charlie and some I'm Fat podcast swag as well. I'm doing a lot of the Shep thing today.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, this one's from Adam. He
It's
says
college football day, so it makes sense.
it must be. He says, your latest episode discussing pizza reminded me to bring this up. I'm not a fan of any type of Domino's pizza other than nostalgia, as it was the only pizza my family ordered growing up. However, their stuffed cheesy bread is insane. It comes slightly undercooked and doughy with plenty of butter and a hint of garlic flavor. The cheese to dough ratio is spot on. I'm also a fan of Little Caesar's Crazy Bread, although quality has gone downhill lately, and Pokey Sticks for my Iowa college days. But stuffed cheesy bread is better. I would try them. Would love to hear your thoughts. Adam. Yeah, it's awesome. I have been singing the praises of Domino's lately, and that stuffed cheesy bread is another one of the reasons. It is really damn good. It's just, I think the way he described it is perfect. Like slightly undercooked, so it's a little more doughy than pizza-ish. Like it's not just eating a log of pizza crust.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. And the cheese ratio is great. It is very buttery, very garlicky. It is excellent. So even if you're not into the Domino's pizza, and I really like their pan pizza, I think it's really, really good. Try that stuffed cheesy bread. It's awesome. It is like, it's no qualifiers. Like it's not awesome for Domino's. It's just plain awesome. It's delicious.
Well, I've got a Domino's like a couple blocks away, or a couple streets down, I should say. So yeah, twist my arm. I'll try it.
I think you should try it.
We're just hitting all the air horns today.
Can we just revisit the original real quick?
Yes.
Now we would like to give a warm welcome to our governor, J.B. Brisker. Let's make some noise.
Sit up!
The sit up part was for
the
Pritzker.
Chicago Sky?
Nice of a ferry to pull up.
So good. Oh, so Sky Rally DJ, do your thing. I'm on it. This is the moment I was born for. Oh, it just went off with the. Oh, it's so funny.
That's like the equivalent of when Jason or Tanny would get to hit all the hello drops during the hello game.
Yes.
Or during score hello, I should say.
Oh, it's so funny. JB Pritzker.
I love the sit up where it's like that. That's for JB.
It sounded
That's
like
actually a reminder for JB.
It did sound like sit-ups.
Yes.
Sit-ups. Sit-ups. Let's
Right.
see if we can hear it again.
Now we would like to give a warm welcome to our governor, J.B. Brisker. Let's make some noise.
Sit up!
It totally sounds like sit ups.
Saying sit-ups. I'd be
Wow.
like, hey, what the hell?
Way to fat shame the governor in a public square.
He has a wide assortment of vests. Leave
Right.
him alone.
Right.
He went to the Dustin Road store. And just got all the vests possible.
They're just not puffy.
Him and Zach
Yeah.
Zaidman.
Yeah.
They own all the vests.
All of the vests.
See my vest. See my vest.
All right.
Yeah, we're losing.
I'll
it,
get
dude.
to this one. Oh, yeah. 1,000,000%. This one from Andrew. I had the s'mores jackhammer with chocolate custard at Andy's Thursday night, and it was great. Tough call between that and the James Brown funky jackhammer.
I had this. Did I mention I had this yet?
I think you did.
It was awesome. I
Yeah.
loved it, and it is still not my favorite thing at Andy's.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite is still what do they call it? The freezer. I never remember what they call it. That's where they pour a pap into the custard and mix it up. So they got the root beer, the cream soda. Still my favorite thing, but the s'mores thing is my second favorite. That was awesome.
Yeah, it was really good. Now, the chocolate custard is a wrinkle that I didn't do. Mind you, I would prefer the regular vanilla custard. But if you're like load on as much chocolate as humanly possible person, right there for you.
Yeah, I'm not. There's something about chocolate ice cream I don't love. So I don't know if I would do that, but I just I'm sure it's good. But I like the vanilla custard as like a nice vehicle. Mm-hmm. Because it's not going to overpower anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean I'm sure that would be great, but I'm going to stick with the vanilla. But either way, you sort of undersold the marshmallow factor of that thing.
Dude, I tried to.
Oh my God.
There's so much, and just like I tried to emphasize how much like when you take a scoop into any of it, that like the marshmallow just trickles down the entire thing, so you get marshmallow throughout.
Yeah, it's almost like a core.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. That thing was awesome, and I got a small, and it was still like.
Oh, I know.
Oh my God.
I think I got a medium, and I almost said something, so I was like, this has to be a large. Almost like with regular fast food places and their drinks now.
Yeah.
Where it's like, no, I ordered a medium. Oh, this is a medium. Oh, what is it? Oh, it's like a liter.
That's Wendy's.
Yes.
Wendy's
That's
medium is
exactly what I was
gigantic.
thinking of. Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like I'll order whatever size based on how far my drive is, just because I'm trying to be realistic about how much I can actually drink from wherever I am to wherever I'm going.
Yeah, they do not skimp on the pep.
No, they don't.
All right, got one here from Seth. He says, "Hey, Fats, I just ate at Buffalo Wild Wings and was introduced to an unusual pairing. We ordered the cheese curds as an appetizer. After they arrived at our table, a different server walked up and asked if we ever tried them in caramel. We obviously said no because who would? She brought out a little caramel in a cup, and I'll tell you what, oh my goodness, it was like eating a funnel cake or something similar. I will definitely try this again and suggest you do it. So you dipped a normal cheese curd. I want to make sure I'm understanding this correctly. This is not a caramel curd, right?
No,
This is a cheese curd dipped in caramel.
Cheese curd dipped in caramel.
Interesting. I mean,
I'm a caramel connoisseur, and I hadn't thought of that.
Why would you?
Right, like cheese and caramel are not necessarily two things you put together.
No, but I mean,
But delicious and delicious do.
I could see why it would be good, kind of. That's fascinating. I will try that. I've never had the cheese curds from B-Dubs, but I did try the other day the mozzarella sticks from Arby's.
Oh yeah, they're good.
Really good. They got a nice crispy crispiness to them.
Yeah, the shell, it's more like a shell than an actual like just a batter or something.
Yeah.
Like it protects that cheese.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Protect that cheese. It's our fight song.
Yeah, it doesn't really roll off the tongue, but it gets the job done.
Yeah. No, those are good. So try that. Try the Arby's mozzarella sticks. And if you are at B-Dubs, do the caramel curds and let us know if they're good. I'm fatpod@gmail.com or the fat phone 708-858-3314. I think we got one more here to go.
Yes, we do. And also dip those mozzarella sticks in the Arby's sauce and you are golden.
Yeah. If they remember to give it to you.
Well, yeah, there's that part. Okay, this is from Franny and Nikki in Crestwood. We're ordering Mexican food tonight and discussing this strategy. When you eat beans and rice, do you first mush your fork into the beans, then dip into the rice? For us, there's no other way.
Oh yeah, I think that's yes. Because you get the beans on the fork, and then that becomes like a sticky bomb for everything else on your plate.
Yeah, it's like and it's only because it was on TV. Oh, got Home Alone 2 when he puts the tape all over the hand and just
Sticky Bandits.
Sticky Bandit aspect of it.
Yeah, I do that every time, especially if they put the melted cheese blob on top of the beans. Mm-hmm. Oh man,
I don't know. You can keep your beans.
Really?
Give me that double rice.
Have you tried the refried beans
from
anywhere?
Yeah.
Okay, because I was the same way as you. Like in high school, I was like, "Oh, they look gross. They look like mush." And then my girlfriend at the time was like, "Just stop being an infant and try them."
Yeah.
And I did, and I was like, "This is the greatest thing I've ever had." Yeah. And now I love it. That's my go-to steak burrito with beans and cheese only. I don't need anything else.
I mean, I'll try it. It's been a minute since I've tried them, so I'm always willing to give things another try.
Yeah.
It's been a few years at least since I've even attempted the refried bean thing, because I know I'm not that big on it. So.
I love it. It's so good. By the way, I failed to mention this. On Monday, I had therapy in Mount Greenwood, but I had a little extra time before I went. So I went to Burrito Station, which is like 111th and California, like right in that area there.
Okay.
And I haven't had it in years. I always remember they were like the best, but it was always like they might get your order right, they might not.
Okay.
But when they
whatever
do,
you ended up with,
like,
it was good.
Eventually, you're gonna get the right thing. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Exactly how I remembered it. They have they have like bigger cubes of steak, and then they cook their tortilla perfectly.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Like there's some places that have like kind of flimsy tortillas, or maybe a little too doughy.
Yeah, like you get just that slightest bit of color on there to where like if it's in there 5-10 more seconds, it's probably gonna be overdone.
Yeah. Yes. Burrito Station. This is a Southside staple. Everybody knows Burrito Station, but I had not been there forever, and I went there and it was delicious. So if you haven't been in a while, rest assured, it is still terrific. All right, let's wrap this bad boy up, man. We're under an hour for like the first time ever.
Wow. I think I'm telling you, it's the tryptophan. Like we're still kind of a little bit sluggish.
Yeah.
Haven't really done anything to have any extra to report. But follow us on all of our social media platforms at I'mFatPod. I'mFatPod@gmail.com to send in those Ask a Fat questions. 708-858-3314 for the Fat Phone. Check out the Patreon. TeePublic sale through Monday. So depending on when you're listening to this, that could be good for you. Also, Schmaltz.
Yep.
On Saturday. Get lots of food, help out the World Wildlife Fund, come say hey, maybe get some swag, all that type of stuff. Like, just be there. Be there to hang out. Even if you don't want to gorge yourself that day, you could still go to Schmaltz, hang out, be there, eat the food, and have some fun and watch people gorge themselves.
Yeah,
I mean, really.
Honestly, whenever we have these events, it is so helpful when people show up.
Yes.
Because it shows other places like, oh, we should consider doing something like this too. Like if it's just us and like 3 people, they're like, okay, well, this is kind of a waste of time. But if a bunch of people show up, even like 10 people show up, it's going to be worth it for everybody. So please come out to Schmaltz. Event begins at 2:30 on Saturday, December 4th. It's in Naperville. It's an awesome place. You can't miss it. Come visit Charlie the Bacon Guy. He'll be there, and you can see what he does for probably his main job. Yeah. I think bacon remains the side hustle, but if he has another Christmas like he's having this year,
right?
So he's gotten some huge orders from our listeners, and thank you all for that. But yeah, come out to Schmaltz on December 4th. All right, sorry, Rick, I derailed you.
No, you're good. We got to make sure we get all the details there correct.
Yep.
Subscribe to the YouTube page.
Yes.
And then for the podcast, subscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe, all that stuff, so we can juke the numbers, because hey, why not? Then leave us a 5-star rating. We appreciate that. And a review of the podcast. And check out our sponsors, Charlie the Bacon Guy, Mazda of Orland Park, I Love Fries, and Frato's Culinary Kitchen. So for Jay, I'm Rick. This is the I'm Fat Podcast.
All right, I think we got a lot accomplished here today.